It's estimated a third of the food produced globally is never eaten.
Beekeepers report the pesticide caused 50 to 90% losses among these critical pollinators last year alone.
No more blah, blah, blah! No more blah, blah, blah!
We could be losing, in certain areas, as much as 3 soccer fields of jungle every single minute.
Scientists estimate more than 124,000 tonnes of unrecyclable masks has been dumped so far.
I'm William Blake. I'm the Managing Director here at St Peter's Garden Centre in Worcester. I think environment and sustainability is important. It's important to the globe to make sure that we reduce our impact and prevent global warming. And it's important that we leave a legacy for our children and the generations to come. So specifically, we've now implemented LED lighting throughout the entire business, and we've installed solar panels on our roof space. The LED lighting, we used the HTA preferred partner Ideal Lights, and they specified the system for us. There's approximately 200 lights, and the cost was about £24,000 to install, but the saving per annum is about £8,000. So the payback was quite clear that it made sense to do it over the course of a few years. So the solar panels were a larger project. We've now got 486 panels on our roof space. We were very fortunate that there was a local authorities grant which would give us up to 40% of the installation cost. So the overall system here cost £100,000 to install. It was very, very straightforward, took about 2 weeks to install, and it's now estimated to save 17% of our annual electricity bill. And with electricity bills going up and up, payback is about 3.5 years. We get asked more and more from our customers for environmentally friendly, organic, peat-free, etc. products. So it's definitely becoming a hotter topic. We're only really just beginning the journey of communicating to our customers what we're doing here. We've started with a large environmental board at our entrance, which has got key stats of what we're doing, and we update that with information such as our solar input. So Poppy's Farm started life as a sort of unused area on the site, and we wanted to create a visitor attraction, but we wanted it to be wildlife friendly and environmentally friendly. So it took us about 2 years in the planning, and we've planted up a nature trail with native species to attract wildlife and nature. We've also got an event space there in the form of a yurt, and we've got an allotment for demonstrating to our customers grow your own, and we've got a small collection of rare breed animals. And it's proving to be incredibly popular. It's attracting lots of children, lots of families, lots of customers to come and experience the area and to learn about wildlife gardening. So it's having an incredible impact. The other thing is, I think it makes a real statement about our commitment to the environment. There's nothing that screams this business is forward thinking than walking around that area. Well, I feel like we're only really just at the start of the journey. We've implemented some fairly large, quick wins. There's a long, long way to go. We're only just starting, but hopefully by sharing with other centres within the GCA, we can learn wins that they've achieved and vice versa.
My name is Guy Topping. I'm the Managing Director of Barton Grange Garden Centre. Within everything we do, we're always looking to do it as environmentally sensitively as we possibly can. We're very aware that any business is going to damage the environment, whether that's just customers coming to site, goods arriving in wagons or being shipped from China, but there's lots of things, small things that we can do to mitigate any damage that's done. So we've basically building a new garden centre 13 years ago gave us a chance to look at everything we could possibly do within the infrastructure of the building. So we put in ground source heat pumps to heat our retail areas via underfloor heating. We put heat reclaim on our refrigeration pack to heat our hot water. We've since added quite an array, 1,600 solar panels on the roof, so we've covered every bit of roof we can to generate electricity during the day while we're open when we need it. We capture all the rainwater that falls on the roof, which is quite considerable being in Lancashire, and that goes into a large underground tank, and that's then treated so we can we use it for flushing the toilets as well as watering the plants. We also put a borehole in, so we're drawing water from the aquifer below ground, and that's treated so we can it's potable, drinkable water. Last year we invested in a rocket food waste composter, which is very exciting to be taking delivery of my very own rocket. And that goes hand in hand with a macerator which goes in the kitchen, so any wet food waste is put through the macerator to get rid of the sauce, the gravy, the wet bits which you really don't want in a composting process, and that gives us a really nice standard product which then goes into the rocket along with wood chip, which we get from our landscaping company. And over a period of 3 to 4 weeks that composts right down and delivers a fantastic compost which we can then spread on the grounds all around the garden centre to obviously benefit the planting and to get rid of our food waste in a really cost-effective manner. So I'm hopeful in the future we can get down to zero food waste going off-site, and all of it will be composted here at the garden centre. 2 years ago on the Flower Bowl car park we've planted Ulmus laciniata, and in the midsummer we got a lot of shot hole on the leaves and I was quite concerned about it, so I rang my tree growing friend in Holland and he suggested we put some tit boxes in the trees. I was imagining some sort of chemical to spray them with, so I thought I'd give it a go, nothing to lose. Put a couple of tit boxes up, and sure enough the following summer we didn't get any damage at all, and we now have 2 very happy families of tits living on our car park, and you can't get better than that, can you? I think the environment is everything to mankind. I think we've been given a wonderful planet and we all owe it to do our best to protect it within everything that we do.
I'd really like to see more public transport friendly options, particularly at my local garden centre. If I am passing and going there spontaneously, it'd be nice to be able to buy stuff that I can't take back on the bus or walk back with, like a local delivery service. When I'm shopping as well, I think it'd be really nice to be able to know at a glance what plants are wildlife friendly. Often it's kind of in a small print, but it'd be really nice to make that more obvious. And in the cafe, with the food that's produced, it'd be really nice to encourage people to grow their own. So look for recipes and dishes that use seasonal vegetables. Ideally, it'd be nice to be able to be growing those vegetables and fruit on site, but even if they're just in season, it helps create that connection.
My name's Steve Robel and I'm the Garden Centre Manager here at Perrywood Sudbury Garden Centre. Here at Perrywood Sudbury we are doing lots of the environment and sustainability, such things as reusing all our cardboard boxes and plant trays, offering that to customers behind the tills so they can get their purchases home, which saves on them going into general waste. We also recycle and reuse lots of the plastic plant trays and cell trays on our nursery site to replant our bedding plants into and send deliveries over to Perrywood Sudbury. This year we've also used, as part of our Christmas tree netting, a biodegradable netting which our customers have seen and found very popular. We're doing a lot for biodiversity on site. We've got a bat loft which we installed into one of our warehouses. We had an unsafe barn that we had to demolish because it wasn't safe, and we rehomed the brown long-eared bats that were roosting in an old cold store into a new bat loft, so they've got a new home. We've also got some hibernaculums on site. As part of our development works that we're currently going through to build a new centre, we've built a new habitat for the common lizard population that we have on site to hibernate over winter. Our customers have become a lot more environmentally aware over the past couple of years, and in reaction to that we've done lots to try and accommodate what they're after. In particular, peat-free is of real interest to most customers now, and we offer the biggest range of peat-free lines in our compost area than we ever have done before. So the future of the environment here at Perrywood is very bright and exciting. We've got a whole new development here of a brand new garden centre, and one of the cornerstones of that development is going to be the environment and what we can do to help.
Some of the things in the garden centre that I would like to be different are Christmas is plastic and more plastic, so it'd be nice to see decorations that were made out of natural materials. There's lots of things you can make from natural materials. You could even have a little workshop placed near them where people could make a willow star or something like that. So I read somewhere that you have to own a plastic Christmas tree for 11 years for it to have a lower carbon footprint compared to a real Christmas tree that's grown sustainably. I don't know how true that is, but I would like to have some kind of rating on Christmas trees, plastic ones or artificial ones, of how damaging they are to the environment. So I don't know if there's a grading system that you could have. Another thing is garden ornaments. They all seem to be made out of resin or plastic. So, I know they've got to be frost-proof, but surely the UK can make some nice garden ornaments made out of stone or concrete. And I know that there's an element of, energy usage with concrete, but there must be something better that we can have compared to plastic and resin that are imported from a long, long way away.
My name's Laura Matheson and I am the biophysicist at Peter's Garden Centre here in Worcester. I think there'll be a huge change for buying for the future. I think short term it's things like it's locality, it's British made, it's British manufacturing, it's reducing packaging as well. That's a huge thing that everyone can do, and suppliers as well. We are going back to suppliers saying that actually we want less plastic, the customer wants less plastic, whether it's how it gets delivered to us, if it's shrink wrapped, if it's paper with it, paper filling, if it's boxes that have been delivered to you that you used to deliver to us. It's things like that that are making a huge difference, and actually I do have to play a massive part in how we feel when we buy the product. If we know that it's being delivered to us in the most sustainable way, and actually the supplier is trying to make steps towards being more sustainable, being more environmentally friendly, then I want to buy it. I want to buy that product, and it makes me feel better from a consumer, and it also makes the end user feel better as well, knowing that they've done that little bit. Every little tiny bit that we can do is going to have a huge impact. We're hundreds of garden centres, and we can make a huge difference if we all get together, and we can all, if we can influence how everybody buys, and then the suppliers have more reasoning then to make changes. If we're all saying the same thing, then actually there's power in numbers. If we can do just one thing, I think it would be to lower or reduce the amount of single-use products we have. If it's a product that really is a one-year product, we don't want to be seen selling it. I think actually if we can avoid those and sell products that we know are going to have a much better lifespan, we'll feel better about it as well.
My name is Ross McEwen and I'm the Sustainability Manager for Squires Garden Centres. So here at Squires we've given ourselves a sustainability journey. By no means are we there yet, it's a long road to go. The first number one priority is understanding where we are, so we measure our carbon footprint. We take a view of that if we don't know where we need to improve, we can't challenge, we can't make the measures to go forward. There's a number of things that we do at its local level, its site levels, to improve not only the sustainability of the centre, but also the shopping environment for our customers, such as improving lighting levels and migrating over to LED across our centres, installing car charging points within our car parks wherever we possibly can. And one recent investment, a sizable investment for us, was updating our plant areas and going over to the flood benches for all our hardy and bedding stock. And this has given us significant savings on water consumption when it comes to being far less wasteful than our traditional overhead irrigation, whilst also ensuring that we have better, healthier stock for our customers to choose from. Another big change for Squires was the launch of our Sustainability Champions.
I'm Deborah, I'm at the plant area in Squires at Badshot-Lee and I'm the Sustainability Champion.
I'm Emily, I work as the Inventory Controller and also Sustainability Champion for Squires Washington.
Sustainability Champions are individuals in each centre that have been representing the work that can be done in the centres on a really local level. So this is doing those everyday behaviour routine changes that we know can really make a difference. It's switching the lights on at 5 to 9 instead of 7 in the morning. It's putting covers over the aquatic tanks so that the heat doesn't escape through the evening. There's so many local initiatives that we can do, but then we can also share them across the centres.
Yes, we are the lead sustainable environmental voice and we relay other people's ideas within the centres to tell people at the top that can help us do things about it and then implement things that will help us be a more sustainable company.
I think it's really important that, especially in the garden centre industry, that we embrace sustainability as an initiative. For me, it's all about efficiently using the resources that we've got whilst looking for alternatives. Everybody wants us to change immediately, which isn't possible. So by reducing and efficiently using what we have, then we're making the most of what we've got now whilst we're looking for things in the future. I think everybody can make a difference, but it's the small differences that will add up that makes the bigger difference.
For me, sustainability means looking after the land that we live on and being aware of the animals and species that we share the planet with. I think it's important that we are responsible for our actions and that we need to understand that all our actions have an impact on the health of the planet. Our customers are becoming more aware of environmental issues, and so we think it's important to show them how to shop sustainably by directing them to products that we sell and telling them how to effectively use them. We're seeing a lot of new customers, mostly younger people with families, and we think it's important that we need to make that connection with the younger generation to help us as a business become a better company and a greener company.
So our sustainability journey, our future path, I see as a two-lane approach. One, we have to rapidly and urgently tackle our own carbon emissions. Now this comes through working with our champions at local level to identify some quick wins, but then also will then map our longer term investments. May that be improving systems and structures, to then also when we come to potentially looking at new sizable builds where we layer in new technologies for energy harvesting there forward. But I think there's also another element, a really important element, which gives us the credibility to our customers, which is connecting to our customers with how our sustainability journey can actually influence and improve their environmental impact in their homes. And it's working with our customers and understanding their demands and needs and ensuring that we have products and services that will help them lead a more sustainable lifestyle going forward.